He almost canceled the date 3 times before he finally grabbed his jacket. The app felt like a mistake already, another polite smile across a small cafe table, another conversation that would fade by morning. Blind dates had become a routine after 32, harmless, forgettable, safe. As he pushed open the cafe door, shaking off the cold, he told himself this would be the same. Then she looked up. Not startled. Not curious. Just quietly steady. She studied his face for a second longer than polite, her lips parting as if she'd rehearsed something for years. And then she said it, soft, almost kind, but sharp enough to split the air between them. You don't remember me, do you? He blinked, confused, a polite laugh ready to cover the awkwardness. Should I? The words came out lighter than he felt. Something in her eyes shifted, not anger, not sadness exactly, but recognition meeting disappointment, like seeing a door you once hoped would open and realizing it never would. She nodded once, gesturing to the chair across from her. That's okay, she said. I didn't expect you to. And somehow, that was worse than if she had. They sat. Coffee arrived. Silence stretched, thick and uneasy. He tried to place her. College? Work? A friend of a friend? But her face didn't land anywhere familiar. She noticed him searching and looked down into her cup. You were 16, she said finally. I was 15. You probably had a lot going on. His chest tightened. High school. A blur of sports, noise, mistakes he didn't catalog anymore. I'm sorry, he said automatically, though he didn't know why yet. She smiled faintly. You always apologized easily. That sentence stirred something. A flicker of memory, like a half-remembered song. We met at the bus stop, she continued. The old one near the river. I was crying. You asked if I was okay. He inhaled sharply. The river bus stop. Rain. A girl with red eyes and a backpack too big for her shoulders. The memory came rushing back, not clear, but emotional, like recalling a dream you didn't know mattered until now. I gave you my scarf, he said slowly, surprised by himself. Her eyes lifted, shining. Blue. With the frayed edge. The cafe noise faded. He remembered sitting beside her, the smell of wet pavement, the way she'd told him her parents were splitting up and she didn't know where she'd live next week. He remembered listening, really listening, for once not trying to be funny or impressive. He remembered saying, "You're not invisible. Someone sees you." He hadn't known how much those words would matter. I went back every day after that, she said quietly. Same time. Same place. You never came. Shame warmed his face. I moved, he said. My dad got transferred. I didn't even think. He stopped. The excuses sounded thin even to him. She nodded again, gentle but firm. I know. Life happens. But I held on to that scarf for years. When things got bad, I'd wrap it around my neck and pretend someone still cared. The weight of that landed heavy. He had spent years thinking of himself as forgettable, ordinary, someone who didn't leave much of an imprint. And yet here she was, proof that a small moment could echo through someone else's life. Why match with me? He asked. She laughed softly, a sad, amused sound. I wasn't sure it was you. Just a hunch. Same smile. Same way of tilting your head when you listen. She hesitated. I didn't come here for closure. I just wanted to know if the boy from the bus stop grew up kind. They talked for hours. About where life had taken them. His career that looked stable on paper but felt hollow. Her years of bouncing between relatives, working 2 jobs, finishing school late but proud. She told him about learning resilience the hard way, about trusting slowly. He told her about losing his sense of purpose, about the quiet loneliness that crept in when life stopped being dramatic but also stopped feeling meaningful. Somewhere between shared stories and refilled cups, the tension softened into something warmer, understanding, maybe even hope. At one point, she reached into her bag and pulled out a folded piece of fabric. Blue. Faded. Frayed. His breath caught. "I thought I'd give it back," she said. "I don't need it anymore." He took it carefully, like something fragile. "Can I keep it?" he asked. She smiled, this time fully. "Only if you promise not to disappear again." He didn't answer right away. Then he said, "I promise to stay. Not just with you, with people. With moments." When they finally stood to leave, the night felt different. Lighter. Outside, the streetlights reflected off wet pavement just like they had all those years ago. They walked side by side, unhurried. There was no dramatic kiss, no sweeping declaration. Just a shared understanding that some connections don't fade, they wait. As they parted, she turned back and said, "You mattered more than you knew." He watched her walk away, scarf in hand, heart full in a way it hadn't been in years. That night, he realized the truth he'd been missing: you never know which small kindness becomes someone else's lifeline. Life isn't measured only by grand achievements or loud moments, but by the quiet times you choose to show up. And sometimes, the past doesn't come back to haunt you, it comes back to remind you who you were always capable of being.